Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Do you need a CRM system? I often hear entrepreneurs, business owners, and managers approach me saying, "Hey, we want a CRM system." But when I ask them why and what goals they're trying to achieve by implementing one, they are frequently struggling to formulate a reasonable answer. So I sat down and identified 5 reasons why you may not need a CRM system. Well, actually 4 reasons, and the fifth being a case where you should avoid implementing CRM. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jeff Tiley and I'm CRM consultant. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's a software that helps you build relationships with customers on a scale. As you may have already guessed, on this channel, I speak about business automation and technology. So make sure to subscribe to my channel to not miss my future videos and hit like to this video to help spread the word. Let's jump to the video. The first reason why you may not need a CRM system is pretty straightforward. You don't have enough employees. This doesn't mean having just 2, 3, or 10 people. It has nothing to do with count. It means you don't have a structure where employees need to be organized, with everyone having their own narrow role, like SDRs for new business hunting, closers for closing business, and account managers taking care of existing clients. It doesn't necessarily should be exactly this structure, but if you can split your organization into different roles, it's a good sign that you don't need a CRM system. Perhaps you just don't have enough employees or structure, and you don't need a better visibility into what your team is doing because there are so few that you can actually oversee everyone's activities. Remember that saying, a team shouldn't be bigger than the one that could be fed by one large pizza. If that's still your team size, it's probably not the right time for a CRM. Additionally, CRM software demands attention to ensure data cleanliness and proper field completion for reporting purposes. Usually there is a dedicated or semi-dedicated person who manages the CRM. If you lack those resources, you may struggle to properly maintain your system. Oh, but before we continue, a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, my company, Monthly. If you happen to need a CRM and you don't fall within those 5 reasons, then maybe it's worth talking to me first. You will find a link to my company website in the description below. Back to the video. Now, the second major reason is having too few opportunities, leads, or prospects. If you are a solo entrepreneur or a consultant and don't have problems remembering all your prospects and clients, you might not need a CRM. While I run a company that uses a CRM, we could honestly survive without it. I remember most opportunities, but use the CRM to remind me where we stand with each client when I get too busy. Think of it this way. If you have just 10 prospects a year and the CRM costs you, say, $1,000 a month, considering implementation costs, consultants, and most valuable asset, your own time, each prospect would effectively cost you $1,200 in CRM costs alone. It may not be worth the effort unless you have a steady flow of opportunities, leads, or other records you want to track. Which brings us to our next reason. Many business types and models don't need a conventional CRM designated to track opportunities and leads. Let's break them down further. When I say CRM, I'm referring to conventional customer relationship management systems designed primarily to track sales opportunities and leads. Modern CRM systems have expanded capabilities, but at their core, they're built around this sales pipeline concept. If your business doesn't involve a complex sales process with following up with leads, managing contact forms, or scheduling multiple meetings before closing a deal, you likely don't need a CRM. Your business model simply doesn't align with what CRMs were designed to solve first place. For example, consider small e-commerce companies. They already have specialized tools focused specifically on customer journey automation, from abandoned cart recovery to product recommendations to post-purchase follow-ups. These specialized tools often are more effective and less expensive than implementing a comprehensive CRM system that wasn't primarily designed for e-commerce workflows. Now, larger e-commerce operations with substantial customer bases do implement CRMs, but for different reasons. They use them to consolidate all customer information in one central place, like purchase history, browsing behavior, support interactions, marketing engagements, and more. Systems like HubSpot allow these larger businesses to integrate everything and gain a so-called 360-degree overview of their customers. They can then use this consolidated data to retarget users who abandon their carts and create personalized marketing campaigns based on previous purchases and their behavior on the website. Similarly, if your business is primarily transactional in nature, think of, for example, office supplies or basic retail or some other sort of standardized services, your customers typically don't want or need conversations with sales representatives for every purchase. They value efficiency and simplicity. What they want are self-service options that make transactions quick and painless. And who is the most pain in the sales? It's a human. This type of businesses requires a self-service portal or e-commerce platform, not necessarily a CRM system. Yes, some advanced CRM platforms like Salesforce offer Commerce Cloud solutions that can power self-service portals using your client's data, but that's an extension beyond traditional CRM functionality. For small retailers or local businesses with physical locations, implementing a full CRM might be just an overkill. You might benefit from a simpler, less expensive solution like a basic customer loyalty program or specialized marketing tools. These focused solutions often provide far better returns on investments than a full-fledged comprehensive CRM solution. The key question to ask yourself: does my business model involve a complex, relationship-based sales process that requires tracking multiple touchpoints over time? If not, you might be better served by more specialized tools designed specifically for your business type rather than adopting a general-purpose CRM to fit needs it wasn't primarily designed to address. Which brings us to the next reason why you might not need a CRM. Your business may simply not be ready for a CRM yet. Now, how do you know that? Ask yourself, do we have a well-established sales process? Do most of our customers come from the same channel? And finally, do most customers follow a similar pattern? If not, your company is still finding its business model or developing its product. CRM systems are designed to replicate successful processes. If you don't know your successful process or exact stages needed to make a sale, implementing a CRM will be, let's say, challenging to say the least. CRMs require programmed logic, and you must provide that sales logic. If your company is new or is still looking for its business model, you likely don't have that logic in place yet. Another indicator that you are not ready is when everyone in your company works differently. If 5 different sales representatives all source and work with customers in their own way, or you haven't yet built a model that can be successfully replicated, you guessed it, highly likely you don't need CRM. Which brings me to the last point of today's video. You shouldn't get a CRM if you cannot give it a proper attention. As I mentioned, a CRM is a computer program with underlying logic. You or a colleague of yours must dictate to the software how your business works, not the other way around. Now, many companies shop for software hoping it will solve their problem with a pre-made business process. Unfortunately, I got a bad news for you. There is no such thing. Software companies provide tools to help you replicate your successful process, not create one for you. If they knew such a process, they would probably use it themselves rather than selling it. If you can dedicate sufficient time to implementation, even for a simple CRM requiring just a couple of weeks of work, it's better not to start at all. The result will likely be a mess. Employees won't use it, and you will get no results. And most importantly, you will waste time and money without any returns on investment. Now, finally, your team will lose faith in you because you implemented something that didn't work. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but that's not far from true. Oh, and there is another thing I want to mention. Do not delegate CRM implementation unless you have a truly, and I mean truly motivated team member, perhaps a co-founder or someone with a significant stake in the company's success. Without that level of motivation, you will likely end up with a generic, ineffective system. On that note, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hit like if you enjoyed this content and subscribe to my channel to not miss my future videos. And remember, you can always hire me if you end up needing a CRM. The link to my company website is in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.